Hi all, thank you for joining me for some yoga flow today. We'll do a nice practice, and remembering that you can do whatever you need to do. You can modify however you would like to modify. That I will give instruction and I will show poses, but if none of them work for you, then you can fast forward, you can rewind, or you can be done. Again, listening to your body. This is your practice. This is your time to experiment with where your body is going to go, but not pushing it to a point of pain. So whatever you're working with, mentally, physically, do what you can do, and use your breath, use your movement, allow yourself this time of self-care. So what you'll need today is a mat and some blocks or stacks of books and a strap or a belt. And then grab some water. If you want, you can grab blankets and pillows to have next to you too. There will be a little bit of final relaxation at the end. But again, as always, if you want to relax more, then go ahead and turn the video off and just stay in your relaxation. Especially if you've been having trouble relaxing and then finally you're able to, allow yourself that time. You deserve it. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started with class. All right, so let's go ahead and sit it up nice and tall. Crown of the head lifting towards the ceiling. Imagining that your spine is beginning to stack one vertebrae on top of the other, tailbone down, crown of the head lifted. Go ahead and drop our chin to chest, and your hands can be wherever they're most comfortable for right now, either on your knees or on the floor. And let's take eyes to the sky and drop that chin to the chest, and take those eyes to sky and chin to chest and eyes to sky. Good. Let's go ahead and drop one ear towards one shoulder. Bring that back to center, other ear towards shoulder. Bring that back to center. One more time each side. Go ahead and drop that ear and drop. And bring that back to center. Maybe rolling those shoulders. You can roll them back. And then roll them forward. Did I disturb you, Jericho? And then crunch that up to the ears, and then release that down. And crunch that up and release. And then crunch up and release. And again, crunch that up and release that down. Good. Maybe shaking out those arms. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, press the arms down. And again, let's inhale and sweep those arms up. And exhale and press down. And inhale and lift. And exhale and press down. Go ahead and release your arms. And we're going to do a little bit of the torso circles. So you can have your hands on your knees or on the floor. Whatever makes you feel most stable. And this guy has allergies, and so he sneezes all the time. I think he's allergic to people. Go ahead and turn this the other way. Or dogs. Or himself. Good. Bring this back to center. Sit that up nice and tall. And again, let's sweep our arms up towards the sky. As we exhale, let's kind of do a forward fold here, just slightly. So keeping our shoulders away from our ears, but keeping our glutes pressed into the floor. So you get a good lengthening through your spine, actually from the backs of the hips all the way up. And then lift ourselves back center. Let's do that again. Sweep this up, and we'll dive it down and over. Small forward fold, shoulders away from ears, and stretch through those hips a little bit. And then one more time, let's reach this up, dive it down and over, stretch through those hip flexors, through the glutes. And then bring this back to center. Reach it up, inhale. And as we exhale, let's clasp our hands behind us, open up that chest, go ahead and drop that chin. Think about long arms, long neck. With our arms still behind us, lift that head center. looking over to one side, and then looking over to the other side. And bring this back to center. Bend at our elbows and release that. Again, let's inhale and sweep our arms up. And exhale and press it down. And inhale and lift this up. And again, as we exhale, let's clasp the hands behind, open up that chest, drop that chin. Again, long arms, long neck. Keeping the arms behind, lift that head up. And one more time, looking over to one side. And then looking over to the other side. Bring this back to center, bend at those elbows. Inhale and sweep our arms up. And then exhale, let's clasp one more time, hands behind, open this up, and then let's go ahead and bend our elbows and take our hands over to right waist, and then take our elbow back. Think about that elbow going back towards the center of the body, towards that spine. So you open up shoulder, chest, and we're lengthening through this other arm. And then take it to the other side, and pressing that elbow back towards the center of the body. Good, and then gently release that. Let's sweep our arms up towards the sky, clasp our hands here, press the palms to the ceiling, and make a nice lengthening in the body. So really lengthen through that torso, make space between the ribs, reaching up through those arms, letting those armpits really lengthen too. So let's inhale deeply here. And as we exhale, let's sigh it out. And inhale deep. And exhale, sigh it out. Inhale deeply. And exhale, sigh out. And inhale. As we exhale, let's let our arms slowly float down towards the floor. Good. Roll that out a little bit. Let's take the eyes, the face, and we'll look over to the right. Think about our chin going all the way over that right shoulder, imagining that it can go there. And then take our eyes back a little further. Let's take the left hand to the right thigh, right hand behind, lifting that up in a nice twist. Inhale deeply here, so nice deep breathing. Opening that low back, opening those lungs, maybe opening even that upper back, rib cage. And let's bring this back to center. Turning that head the other way. Think about chin going all the way over shoulder. Eyes look back a little bit further. Go ahead and take that right hand to the left thigh, other hand behind. Lift this up and gentle twist. Deep breath here. Breathing it nice and deep, opening up low back, hips. Bring this back to center. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up towards the sky. Go ahead and drop our right hand down and reach over with that left arm, keeping our left glute, left thigh rooted into the floor. And let's inhale and lift this. Take it to the other side. Reaching over, lengthen through right arm, keeping that right glute and hip down. And again, lift this up and take it over to the side. And reach and to the side. And then lift this up. Let's keep our left hand in front, right hand behind, and we'll do a little bit of a twist here. And then lift this up, same thing other side. Right hand in front, left hand behind. One more time each side, lifting this up. And drop that forward, and then lift this up, and drop that. Good. Let's change our legs, and we'll go into that nice zigzag. We'll do a little bit more twisting and a little bit more opening for the hip. So let's go ahead and do our nice twist here. As we twist, go ahead and let that inner thigh and that glute lift up off of the floor. Get that wonderful twist there in that low back. Oh yeah, breathe it right there. And then bring this back to center. Good, let's go ahead and twist that again. And back to center. And again. And back to center. And one more time, twisting that. And bring that back to center. Good, let's switch our legs. So take it to the other side. Nice lightning bolt here. And get that nice, long, deep twist here. So allowing that hip to lift, allowing that glute to lift. Twist into that. And then bring this back to center. And then go ahead and twist. And back to center. And twist. And back to center. And twist. And back to center. And one more time. Go ahead and twist that. And bring this back to center. Good. Let's lean it back, and this time take our legs nice and wide as feels comfortable for you. And let's go ahead and drop our knees from side to side, right here. Good. Keeping one foot in front. You can go quarter turn or half turn, and we'll do an even deeper spinal twist here. So lengthening through that, nice long arms, nice long spine. And just like when we were sitting, making space between the rib cage, let's lay down and make space in the ribs. Keeping this here, you can be on your hands, on your elbows, or all the way down on the floor. But lengthening through that, keeping that right there, and breathe. Okay, bring this back to center, and let's take this back and again drop our knees from side to side. And taking it now to the other side. So either quarter turn or half turn, and lengthen through that torso. Either on the hands, on the elbows, or all the way down onto the floor, and a nice long torso. Make space, low belly breath right here. And then let's slowly bring ourselves up. Go ahead and grab your block if it's close to you. We're going to do a little bit of bridge, so continuing to warm up our back, our spine. So grab that block between those knees, or no block, you don't have to. Whatever is going to work for you. Feet are lined up with our knees are lined up with our hips. Let's press through our hands, through our elbows, through our triceps, and lift the pelvis towards the ceiling. So chin is to that chest. Lifting that up, maybe taking those shoulders underneath a little bit. Everything is nice and lined up and strong here. Deep breath. And from here, let's begin to lower down. So one vertebrae at a time, imprinting onto the floor. Making that nice rounding into your mat. And then lift this up. Let's do that 2 more times. So we'll go ahead and imprint that spine down onto the floor. One vertebrae at a time, rounding that down. Pelvis goes last. And then lift this up. And then one more time. Slowly taking this down. Imprint that spine into the floor. And then lift it up and hold. Inhaling deeply here. And exhaling. Inhale it again. And exhale. And slowly let's lower this all the way to the floor. Release the block. Let's reach behind one knee. Go ahead and pull that into your chest as much as you can. And then switch to the other side. And then one more time each side. Reach and reach. And then reach behind, both chin to chest, forehead to the knees. Release. Let's keep our knees bent. Go ahead and drop knees over to one side, arms into a T. Good. Bring this back to center. Other side. Drop that over. Bring that back to center. Drop it over again. And this time you're going to take yourself onto your side. And let's press ourselves back up onto all fours. So now we'll move into cat and cow. So taking our shoulders over our wrists and our hips are right over our knees. Let's go ahead and drop our belly to the floor and take our eyes to the sky as we inhale. And maybe rocking it a little bit from side to side. Maybe even lifting the knee up a little bit. Kind of marching those knees. Taking that side to side. And then let's go ahead and round this. And again, still rocking it a little bit from side to side. This kind of releases the hips. Releases that back, shoulders. And then bring our back nice and flat. Let's go ahead and lift our left arm up. Sweep this through, thread the needle, and let's stretch our back. So stretch the back, the shoulder, shoulder blade. Taking our temple to the floor and both palms down. And breathe. And then gently bring this back up. Let's take it to the other side. So go ahead and lift our right arm up, sweep this through, thread the needle, take this down, temple on the floor, both palms on the floor, and breathe it here. And then press this back up, all fours. Find our alignment, shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. Let's drop belly to the floor, eyes to the sky as we inhale. And round our spine, chin to chest as we exhale. And we'll do a few rounds of this cat and cow. So doing this at your own pace. So you may be wanting to go really slow this morning, or you might be wanting to go a little bit faster. But just finding your own pace, allowing your low back, upper back, middle back to warm up, allowing those abdominals to warm up, your neck, glutes a little bit here. Nice. And then let's go ahead and find our flat back here. Let's lift our right leg up. So we'll go ahead and lift our right leg, flex through our foot, holding this here. Now taking that flexed foot, let's go across the body. So we're going to take that right leg across towards the left, and we're going to press through our right heel. So getting a good stretch right there. Nice. In so many places. Calves, hip, abdominals. And bring this back to center. Lift that leg back up. Flex through that foot, nice and strong. And then let's lengthen through our left arm. So we'll begin with our balance here, holding that balance. And then let's take elbow to knee and go for 6 times. So bring this in for 6 and reach. Here's 5 and reach. 4 and reach. 3 and reach. Last 2 and lengthen, and last 1. Let's lengthen and hold this here. Breathing. And then gently release the arm, release the leg, take it back into our first child's pose. So glutes going back towards those heels, remembering that if you need support, you can always put a pillow between your glutes and your heels. Lengthening through arms, and breathe it here. And let's bring ourselves back up, all fours. Finding our alignment again, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Let's lift our left leg this time, so flex through that foot. And take our left leg behind, across the body, and then press through that left heel. So we get that nice, good cross stretch. Stretching through the glute, the hip, the calf. and then gently, strongly bring this back to center, flexing through that foot. Let's lengthen through right arm and hold our balance here. Strengthening that whole body as you're balancing. Go ahead and take elbow to the knee 6 times right here. Go for 6 and reach. Here's 5 and reach. 4 and reach. 3 and reach. Last 2 and reach. And last one, let's reach and hold it here. And then release the arm, release the leg. Child's pose, go ahead and take this back. And stretching through that back, stretching through the shins here as well with those feet nice and flat to the floor. Looking forward at our fingers. Let's go ahead and walk those fingertips towards the front edge of the mat. Grip those fingers and then pull yourself up and slightly forward. So on the fronts of the knees, so now we're stretching those wrists. Shoulders are in front of the fingertips. Good, bring this back to center. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of wrist stretching and strengthening. So we'll take our fingers in towards one another, and we'll lift up on the heels of the hands and drop that down. So let's go for 8 and lower this down. Here's 7 and lower, 6 and lower, 5 and lower, 4 and lower, 3 and lower, last 2 and lower, and last 1 and lower that down. Good, we're going to bring our hands in front of us. Now you can keep this here if you want when we do our shoulder circles, or if you want a little more of a stretch, you can turn your wrist to the side, to the back, whatever feels most comfortable for you. So go ahead and give nice circles here. And then circle this the other way. Good, and bring this back to center. You can go ahead and twist that other hand if you're using your hands, but in another direction. And let's go ahead and circle this here. Okay. And relax that head and neck and begin to pedal at our feet. So dropping our heels towards the floor. And then maybe finding a little bit of stillness here. Pressing heels towards the floor, tail is lifted towards the sky. Let's go ahead and lift up on our toes. Heels are high. Drop both of our heels over to one side. Bring this back to center, and let's drop them over to the other side. And then bring this back to center. Let's warm up the calves a little bit more. So let's take that right leg and wrap that foot around the left ankle, pressing our heel towards the floor. Let's do a little bit of calf raises. We'll go for 10 here. So lift for 10 and down. It's 9 and down, 8 and down, 7 and down, 6 and down, 5 and down, 4 and lower, 3 and lower, last 2 and lower, and last 1, and release. You can release that leg, drop to our knees, take ourselves back into child's pose, and stretch that here. Slowly bringing ourselves back up, curl our toes under, take ourselves back up into that down dog, and you can shake that out a little bit. Good, and then let's go ahead and take our left foot, wrap that around our right leg, and we'll do 10 on this side. So lift it up for 10 and lower. It's 9, lower, 8 and 7 Here's 6 and 5. It's 4 and 3. Last 2 and last 1. Gently release that. Maybe pedal it a little bit here, and then again drop to our knees. Take ourselves back, child's pose. And slowly bring ourselves back up. Curl our toes under. Lift ourselves back up into our down dog, and then let's walk our feet to meet our hands in our standing forward fold at the front edge of your mat. And you can grab your blocks or no blocks. But finding ourselves in our forward fold, relaxing that head and neck, and then ragdoll right here, just allowing yourself to dangle, your upper body to dangle. If your hamstrings are tight, always feel free to bend those knees if you want more of that fold. And let's go ahead and take the opposite elbow with the opposite hand and frame that head. And then gently release that. Let's inhale it into monkey and flattening our back and looking forward. So we'll hold our nice flat back here as we lengthen through that, and then release this into standing forward fold. Again, inhale it into monkey, flattening the back, looking forward, and exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Let's exhale, arms into cactus. So we'll take this back, stretch that out, open that chest. And then inhale and lift this up, dive this down and over. Inhale it into monkey, flattening the back and looking forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus. Inhale and lift this up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. We'll cactus one more time. So inhale and sweep our arms up. Cactus those arms. So we're stretching that, opening that. And exhale, lift. Dive it down and over. Inhale, monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Our right foot is going to stay forward and our left foot's going to go back into that lunge. Left hand is either on the block or on the floor. And we've got our nice spinal twist to the right. So really twisting that up, breathing into this. Let's go ahead and bring that right arm to the inside of that right leg, kind of using that shoulder and that elbow to open up the hip a little bit more. Drop our back knee, uncurl our toe. Let's lift ourselves up into crescent on the floor. So we'll reach back through those arms. Bringing the center, lifting our torso up a little bit more and then hinging into this. So we'll get a good hip flexor stretch right here. Front thigh stretch and quad stretch. Good. And then press ourselves back up into that nice low lunge. Take that right foot back to meet that left foot to top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl toes. Arms are right by our rib cage as we lower the heart to the floor, heart off of the floor. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. And centering our weight here in our down dog. Let's go ahead and lift our left leg and rotate that ankle, right leg, sorry, right leg. Rotate the ankle that's in the air. And rotate it the other way. From here, let's go ahead and bring our right leg forward. You can walk it forward or pull it forward using the arm or swing it all the way forward, however that works best for you. So we're back into that nice lunge. And we've got our spinal twist once again. So that left hand is on the floor or on the block. And let's twist that open. Bring this back to center using the floor or the blocks. Let's move into a modified warrior 3. So using that core as well, lifting ourselves up and bring that back leg up. and releasing that down, standing forward fold. Inhaling it into monkey, flattening the back and looking forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. This time let's exhale it around into chair. So let's go ahead and take it into a nice chair. And then inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale into monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Left foot forward, right foot back to lunge. Right hand is either on the block or floor. Spinal twist, over and reach. Good. Let's go ahead and take left arm, left shoulder to the inside of that left leg. Kind of open up that hip a little bit more. Drop our back knee, uncurl our toe. Press ourselves up, crescent on the floor. So lifting this up, slight back bend. And then release our arms, lift our torso up a little bit more, and then lean into this. So get our hip flexor stretch, front thigh stretch, quad stretch. And then curl our back toe under, lift ourselves back up into that low lunge. Take that left foot back, take that right foot to top of plank. Shift the weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl toes. Slowly lower heart down and then heart up. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. Center our weight. Let's go ahead and lift our left leg and rotate the ankle that's in the air. And rotate it the other way. And then let's go ahead and bring our leg all the way through. Take this back into that lunge. You can use that arm to help it forward. Right hand on the block or the floor. Let's do that spinal twist to the side once again. And bring this back to center. Using the core, blocks or floor, let's lift ourselves up, modified warrior 3. Lift that up nice and strong. And bring this back to center. Good. Inhale, monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Exhale it around into chair. Let's hold here in our chair pose. Now let's go ahead and take our hands to heart, and we'll take the outside of that right elbow, or outside of the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. So we'll go ahead and do a spinal twist right here. Breathe into this. Bring this back to center. Sweep our arms up. Dive it down and over. Again, inhale, monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Sweep our arms up. Take it around into chair. Hands to heart. Now the outside of the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Spinal twist on the other side. Seated spinal twist. Bring this back to center. Sweep our arms up and dive it down and over. Inhale, monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Right foot's going to stay forward, left foot's going to go back, lunge. Drop our back heel, line our front heel up with our back arch, and then let's go ahead and take this up, warrior 1. Very good, nice and strong. Let's open up proud warrior. Relax the face. Centered weight, so think about pressing weight into that back leg. Let's go ahead and take right arm to that right thigh, left arm over, side angle pose. Good. From this side angle, let's windmill our arms backwards into reverse warrior. Release our front leg, and now windmill our arms down into triangle. So you can use a block here in front or behind of that leg, or no block, hand to shin. But lengthening through the arm, lengthening through the torso, through the legs. Very nice. And then go ahead and release this, and again, windmill our arms down back into a low lunge. Let's take right foot back to meet that left foot, top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl toes. Lower heart to the floor, heart off of the floor. Curl our toes under, lift and press, down dog, and breathe. Center that weight, right leg lifts, 3-leg down dog, sweep our right leg through, take ourselves back into our lunge. Using blocks or the floor and the strength of your core, bring yourself back up, modified warrior 3. And then leg forward, standing forward fold. Inhale, monkey, flattening the back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Exhale it around into chair. Inhale and lift this up. And exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, monkey, flattening that back, looking forward. Exhale, release. Left foot's going to stay forward. Right foot's going to go back into lunge. Drop our right back heel and line our front heel up with our back arch. And then bring ourselves up. And warrior 1 on this side. Good. Open this up, proud warrior. Center that weight. Dropping left arm to left thigh, right arm over, side angle pose. Windmill our arms back, proud warrior. Or reverse warrior. Right there. Release our front leg and windmill our arms forward, triangle pose. So again, feel free to use block or shin. Open that up. And then take our arms all the way down, back into that low lunge. Left foot goes back to meet right foot, top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl toes. Lower heart to the floor, heart off of the floor. Curl our toes under. Lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. Maybe nodding that head yes, or shaking that head no. And back to that plank. Again, shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl toes, lower heart to the floor, heart off of the floor, baby cobra. And then let's go ahead and take our hands into Sphinx pose, our arms into Sphinx pose. So we're still doing that nice low back stretch, that nice baby cobra, but with the support of the arms. So we've got that right there. Eyes are to the sky. Good, and then releasing ourselves all the way down. Let's go ahead and take our arms out, legs out, and so we'll strengthen through that low back. Let's go ahead and lift our right leg and our left arm. So we'll lift this up, and you can use that other arm for support. Always feel free to do that. And breathe it here. And then release. Let's take it to the other side. So go ahead and take that right arm up, left leg up. Strengthen through that back. And then release, hands by chest. Press back, child's pose, so nice opposing lower back stretch right here. And release into that. Let's go ahead and walk both of our hands over to the right side. Sit our left glute to our left heel. Walk our hands to the left. Right glute to right heel. Bring ourselves back to center. Back up on all fours. Let's go ahead and face the front. We're going to be on our knees, so if you need to put more padding beneath your knees, go ahead and do that. We're going to go into gate pose and then modified half moon pose. So let's take our right leg out, toes to the front or to the side, wherever your hips are going to let you go. Standing it up nice and tall, our torso's nice and tall, reaching up through our arms. Let's go ahead and sway over towards that leg and then take ourselves down into that nice modified half moon. Lifting up that leg into our balance and holding this here and breathe. From here, let's go ahead and bend at that knee. So now we're imagining that that leg is like sitting on a table. So nice and flat, flexing through that. And then straightening through that leg. Release that leg down, lifting ourselves up and reaching this over. Nice, very good. And then release that. Good, let's take it to the other side. So taking our left leg out, toes to the front or to the side, wherever your ankle feels best. Lengthening up through that torso, reaching up through those arms. Let's sway over towards that leg and then bring ourselves down into that modified half moon. Lifting that leg, flexing through that foot. Very nice. Breathe it here. Bend at that knee again. That leg is imagining it's on that nice flat table. And then flex back through that nice straight leg. And release that down. And let's reach this over and stretch and breathe. Good, release, very nice. Let's go ahead and take ourselves back onto our knees and back into a child's pose. So let's take this down. This time on our child's pose, let's go ahead and take our arms by our sides with our palms facing up. I kind of like to grab my heels here as well, just kind of like a little turtle. And then let's take our hands right by our knees, press ourselves up, roll over onto your back, and let's grab the strap or the belt, whatever you've got. Laying ourselves down. Let's go ahead and take our strap around our right foot. Pull that in towards you. And then press through right heel to the ceiling. Pull the leg towards you. We're going to keep the strap in our right hand, and we're going to drop our leg over off to the side. So right leg is up, right arm is out, and dropping that over. If your leg only goes a little bit, that's fine. So you're having to use the strength of your core here to hold that, or maybe your flexibility is allowing your leg to go all the way down. Enjoy that stretch. But at the same time, we're pinning the opposite side to the floor. So really trying to keep that glute and shoulder blade of the left side on the floor. So opposite side. Slowly bring this back to center. Pull the leg towards you. Take the strap into opposite hand. So now it's going to the left hand. And then let's go ahead and drop this across the body into that deep twist. So looking the opposite way if it's available for your neck to do. And bring this leg back to center, pulling that towards you. Let's bend at our other leg, release the strap. Let's take right ankle, place it onto left thigh. Reach behind left thigh and go ahead and pull that in. That nice hip stretch, piriformis stretch right here. And then release that. Let's take strap around the other foot. So around that left foot, go ahead and pull that in. press through that heel to the ceiling. Pull the leg towards you. Let's keep strap into the left hand and open this off to the side. Again, we're pinning down the opposite, so pin down that right hip and right shoulder blade. That will engage your core. As that leg opens off to the side, get a good hip stretch, inner thigh stretch, and breathe. Good, slowly bring this back to center. Pull this towards you. Strap's going to go into right hand, and let's drop it across into our deep twist. Arms are out into that T, looking away from that leg. Again, if your neck will let you go there, and breathe deeply into this nice big twist. Bring the leg back to center. Pull it towards you, bend at the other leg. Let's release our strap. Take our left ankle, place it onto right thigh. Reach behind right thigh, go ahead and pull that in. And get that wonderful stretch on the hip, the glute, outer thigh, inner thigh. And then release. Good. Grab whatever you need for final relaxation. That's where we're moving into. So we're going to press through heels towards one end of the room. Reach through those fingers towards the other end. Lengthen through that body. Add 2 or 3 inches to your height here. So really, 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 really stretch through that, lifting lower back, rib cage up off of the floor. Your body is full of that nice, healthy oxygen, making you floating and light and lifted. And so when you're ready, bringing yourself back to the present, bringing your mind back to the present, bringing your body back to the present, and gently beginning to bring yourself up. Maybe lengthening through the spine a little bit, maybe crown of the head lifting towards the sky. And let's inhale and sweep our arms up towards the sky. Bring our palms together and drop our hands down in front of the heart. Maybe our eyes following fingers, chin to chest. Let's lift head center. Take fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth and thoughts of love, thoughts that are kind and thoughts that are pure, thoughts that encourage and uplift and do not discourage or tear down. Taking fingers to the lips. As we leave today and speak with others, let us speak words of love and words of truth, words that encourage and uplift and do not discourage or tear down. And take hands to heart. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given the spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Inhaling deeply and cleansing exhale, and Namaste. Thank you all for joining me. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Remember that you are important, you are seen, you are heard, you are valuable, you have a voice, and you do have a choice. I'll see you guys next time.